Today on Kicks Chronicles, we recap Yeezy Day 2023 and have a look at some of the kicks in hand. We have a look at the latest sneaker news, including confirmation of a sneaker coming back, which involves your boy Travis Scott. And we rate the latest, upcoming and recent drops in Cop That, Stop That and Shut That. This is Kicks Chronicles. Yes, my people, welcome to episode 38 of your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Kicks Chronicles. I'm your boy PROZECH and welcome. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Kicks Chronicles, it's a Wednesday, bro. But don't adjust your listening or your viewing devices. Please just know that this is the first edition of Kicks Chronicles Midweek. I don't know about that midweek, bro. Alright, for the time being, it's called Kicks Chronicles Midweek, and this is a working title, yeah? Alright, so just bear with me. Should we call it midsole? Nah, that's dead. Anyway, right, as stated in the last podcast, we're shifting things up. We're changing up the format a little bit. I was trying to find the word format when I was explaining it in the previous podcast, but that's what we're doing. We're switching up the format to ensure the quality of our content is premium, get me up there, right? So the aim is in this additional pod to talk about sneaker news, to talk about kicks that I've copped during the course of the week, to talk about the culture, to talk about various different bits and pieces going on, also to rate kicks that we've got in hand or kicks that are coming up as future releases or recently dropped, plus anything else I can think of, you get me, or anything you can suggest. So the plan is to drop this podcast midweek, aka Wednesday morning, hence the title midweek. So you're putting two and two together. So obviously all of those who have a little commute on a Wednesday morning can get involved, and hopefully it'll help you get to work a little bit easier. As I said at the top of the show, we've got a few bits that I wanted to look at this week for our inaugural midweek Kicks Chronicles podcast. And we're starting off with something that we've been talking about, I think, for the last month or so. It's Yeezy Day once again. I've got some bits in hand, so we might as well go through that. I mean, all in all, Yeezy Day seemed to be like a slam dunk. Adidas 8, basically everything got sold out. Apparently, Yeezy himself, aka Ye, aka Kanye West, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, he took home a clean bag, apparently 25 M's, yeah, light work. When every shoe is £200, yeah, it's gonna be like that. So yeah, he did his thing, apparently. And as I stated in previous episodes, your boy cooked. You get me? I cooked up a little storm. You get me? Like a little chefers. Cooked up a little storm. And I've got a couple of them in hand. So yeah, let's have a little look-see. One of them I'm really, really excited about. I'm going to wait until the last one to show you that. Alright, so let's start with this one. We've got the slide. We've got that ONYX. We're saying about this ONYX. Real squishy, bro. Yeah, this one, what size was it? This was like a size UK 8. These actually, the UK and the US sizes are exactly the same, which I don't understand, but it is what it is. You have to go two sizes. You have to go two sizes up on these anyway. So it is what it is. But yeah, got these in a size 8. But yeah, definitely, yeah, a strong shoe to have. Let's move on. Let's mosey on. These are a 350, as you can probably tell. But yeah, it's the Zebra in hand. Classic colorway, the most retroed, the most resold. Zebra, it's vibes. Yeah, very, very cold. Got a foam runners. Blade tops, what do you think of these? Blade tops, these took ages to come. Like, absolutely ages. Obviously, the drop was the 1st of June. I think these came today, which is the 13th. So yeah, real long time for these to come. Just so you are aware, I'm actually selling all 3 of those shoes. Yeah. All 3 of those shoes are up for sale. And I said I've got one more, and it is, you know, when they say last but not least, this is last and certainly not least. This is most. This is the one I've been looking for and waiting for ages, and finally got it in hand after years of waiting. Some of you eagle-eye people would have seen it already. It was right behind me the whole time, hidden in plain sight, as they say. It is the Pirate Blacks. We've got the Pirate Blacks going. Yeah, and the 350 OG 350s. The shoe's good quality. Shoe's good quality. The issue with that I had with the shoe when I got it in hand, first off, is that it looks fake. Like, I've seen so many fakes, so many Yeezy knockoffs, that this genuinely looked like a fake shoe. Even though I got it from Adidas, it looks like a fake shoe. And it didn't even really look that good, like in hand, if I'm being honest. But when I put them on feet, bro, the whole thing transformed. Like, you understand a lot more when you put them on feet. Like, the shoe is a banger. Like, so I'm super happy to have them in the collection. Yeah, these ain't going anywhere, so I'm holding on to these. But as I said before, everything else that I had, the clay taupes, the ONYX slides, and the zebra are all up for sale. I'll put the sizes in the description below. Holler at your boy if you're feeling like you want a cop. You get me? They ain't gonna last long. All three of them are pretty strong. So that's pretty much it in regards to Yeezy. Now let's jump in to the news. Yeah, boy, Kicks Chronicles news. We've got a few bits and pieces that we wanted to cover off this week, man. So first and foremost, I reported a few weeks back that the Travis Scott SBs might be making a return in September, as early as September 2023. I have an update for you. Drumroll, please. It was all cap. It ain't happening, people. Don't get excited. Apparently, Travis is dropping his 4th studio album in September. And there may be some kind of drop. There may be some kind of trainer sneaker related synergy going on, and in regards to that particular studio album drop, but it ain't gonna be the Travis Scott SBs, unfortunately. So yeah, all of those SB lovers and general hypebeasts out there that were looking to take a second bite of that very illustrious and profitable cherry, it ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to dip into resale, and as last time I looked, you might be looking at a couple grand. Moving on swiftly to something else involving Travis Scott, the Mac Attack. Now, the Mac Attack is back. The Mac Attack is back. It's actually returning this month. And Travis, again, is involved. The John McEnroe shoe is back after a massive hiatus. Like, this shoe debuted in 1984. 1984. You get me? What an amazing year. Some monumental guys were born in that year, bro. Monumental. Like, heroic, man, them were born in 1984. And they're apparently going to re-release retro on the 23rd of June. So yeah, not long to go. In the marketing photos, you can see Travis on the court showing us a little bit of his backhand, just doing his thing. It's also important to note that we've seen Travis in the shoe. He was photographed wearing a pair of the iconic Mac Attacks, but his had his backward swoosh on his particular Mac Attack, which suggests to me that a possible collab is on the cards. The fact that he's in the marketing would suggest that a collab is on the cards. So I would keep my eyes out for that. Possibly that may be the thing that comes out in September. Who knows? In regards to the actual silhouette itself, I'm not 100% sold. I know it's a very old school silhouette, old school sort of court shoe, tennis shoe. The colorway that seems to be coming out is sort of a grey upper with navy hits. It's not really my bag based on the photos that I'm seeing, but I'd love to see it in hand. I'd love to see sort of what the fuss is about, really. Story is a cool story. The heritage is fantastic, but the photos don't excite me. Can't lie. So yeah, I need to see them in hand. Now, let me know what you're thinking and feeling about the Mac attack. Are you getting involved? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the love? Are you feeling the vibes? Are you feeling that Mac attack? You get me? Let me know in the comments. Next up, a very, very cool story about another return, right? Very Nike orientated episode this week. We'll have to make sure we make it a little bit more diverse in the coming weeks. We need to make sure it's a little bit more diverse in the coming weeks. But this week is a little bit Nike heavy, but it's life because the culture's Nike heavy. This week, it was said that a shoe that I vibe with a lot is coming back. And that shoe is the Roshe Run. Is it the Rush Run? I believe it's Roshe. I like saying Roshe. You get me? It's almost like Rose. You get me? But the Roshe Run, a shoe that I copped years ago. Apparently this shoe dropped in 2012. I always thought in my mind that this was the answer that Nike had to the Yeezy, but the Yeezy dropped like 3 or 4 years later. It didn't have, obviously, boost. It didn't have any real technology in the shoe. But the price point was significantly cheaper. So, I mean, it made sense that it was a far cheaper shoe because there was no technology and it was a real good summer shoe. Like it was a fantastic summer. The pair that I had was, it was really, really nice. And yeah, they did so much with the shoe. And then all of a sudden, gone. Yeah, they're bringing the shoe back after a real big hiatus. I don't know whether there was a massive clamor for the Roshe Run. I don't know what the world is going to feel when it actually drops, and they haven't stated specifically when the shoe is actually gonna drop. They just said it's gonna be coming back. I like the Roshe. I don't know if I have space in my life for a Roshe now. I'm being honest. Why would I buy a Roshe Run when I have Yeezys V1s and V2s now? Some people though, because of the price point, I mean, it was really cheap before. I think it was like $70, $80. That's probably like 50, £60. That was back in the day, so you never know. It might be about 100 now. Because Nike, boy, you get me, man. The way that they do their thing, you get me. Everything must just go up. It don't matter whether the value of the shoe has gone up. They just put the number up and just charge more for it, and we gotta pay. You get me. So I don't know whether I need a Roshe, and I'm definitely just gonna keep my eyes open and see what kind of colorways they drop, man. Cause yeah, I feel like the shoe definitely deserves respect. It definitely had a moment. Like, it's summertime, so if they're gonna drop it, I'd say drop it sooner rather than later, because if it's gonna hit right about now. The UK is having a little bit of a mini heat wave. We need some breathable, lightweight material shoes, and the Roshe kind of fits that bill. So yeah, Nike, pull your finger out and let's make that happen. I kind of want to see some vibrant colorways with that, man. Some real nice colorways, man. People are going to want to take that on holiday and whatnot. Yeah, man. Tell me what you think in regards to the Roshe Run. The Roshe Run is back, baby. Get me? No explicit drop date, but by all accounts, it's coming back. Will you be trying to cop the Roshe Run? Let me know in the comments, people. And now we've come to the end of the news, and now we are moving swiftly on to cop that, stop that, and shut that. Cop that, stop that, and shut that is part of the show where we rate recent / up and coming sneaker releases. Yes, we'll talk about 3. Let's say it's going to be 3 this week. We'll keep it real simple, right? We'll get a shoe. We'll give a bit of background in regards to the shoe, and I'll let you know my opinion in regards to the shoe. Now, cop that basically means, yeah, it's a cop. It's real simple. Stop that means no way. I don't want that shoe anywhere near me. And shut that means there's money to be made. Shut that. You get me? So, people, I've got 3 shoes for you, and we're starting with a very interesting shoe, a shoe that I spoke about a few months ago when it dropped initially and took the world by storm. Literally, it was on everyone's timeline. It was probably the most talked about shoe for a short period of time in 2023. Like, the internet was in a chokehold in regards to this shoe. Have you guessed it? I'm gonna throw out a little word and see if you can get it. It's a clue, right? Astro Boy. A lot of you have got it. A lot of you have got it. Yes, I'm talking about that big red boot. Mischief and the big red boot. It is restocked, people. It is back. You get me? Mischief's big red boot is back on the Mischief sneakers app. It dropped on the 13th of June, which is today, 2023, at £350. My God. Now, me saying £350, which basically is like $400 plus, right? £350 is so expensive for what that shoe is. Like, literally, you're paying for perceived clout. Well, that's what you were paying for. But the issue that you have now, and what we've seen in the months that sort of followed the initial drop of the big red boot, was there was a massive flash where the whole world was captivated by this big red boot, and like, it was everywhere. I even saw Seth Rollins do the curb stomp in a big red boot on the Miz Monday Night Raw. Like, it was amazing, right? But as quickly as it came up in the weeks that followed, it completely disappeared. No longer on anyone's timeline. Even worse than that, so many people bought pairs thinking that this is just going to go to the moon. And for a moment, it was going to the moon. It was flying, literally. But that ain't happening anymore. It's, I think, below retail. Let me even check while we're on the phone. That says £320 if I wanted to buy. Now, £320 is actually £30 lower than retail. So right now, if I wanted to purchase, yeah, I could buy one for £320. Oh my days. At a point, all-time high, £1,274. 1,004, yeah, around $1,400. Jeez. 12-month low, £199. Like, it's nuts. You get me? The volatility is crazy on this shoe, right? And the average sale price is £343, which is, once again, lower than retail. So I've never seen a drop off like it in my life in terms of a shoe that was so white hot. Like, literally, like, at a certain point, you could have made like 3 or 4 times your money, and now you can get it for less than retail. And Mischief have just restocked. You get me? And they're sitting. So it is what it is. Make of that what you will. At one point, this was a certified shot that, but right now, it's an absolute stop that. Get it away from me. We don't need that, right? Very, very cool for the moment. But yeah, definitely didn't need to have any kind of big red boot in my yard or my collection. If that had come through the door, my missus would have flipped her lid, and rightly so. Right, next up, we've got the Nike Dunk Low Clot and Fragment. It is the transparent colorway, right? So Clot is celebrating 20 years in the game. 20 years. It's a 20-year anniversary of Clot, and they're celebrating with this collab with Fragment. This drops on the 14th of June via the sneakers app and retails at £135. Now, it's a dunk, but it is a collab. £135 is pretty expensive. But when you see the materials that they've used, it kind of suggests that they've gone above and beyond, which I haven't done in a long time. So £135 may be justified. So yeah, the uppers kind of got this silky material, sort of like I want to say a mauve or a lilac in a sort of like silky sort of highlighted material. Like it's very cool. Very, very cool. Comes with a couple of laces, a blue pair, black pair. The midsole is like pearlescent white. Very, very cool. The shoe is a cool shoe. It's a very, very cool looking shoe. In terms of shoes coming out the next few days, definitely the best of the bunch. I can't lie. But there's slim pickings, geez. There's slim pickings. As I said, £135. This is a pretty cool shoe. It's a dunk for me. I've got quite a lot of dunks, but I'll definitely be going for this shoe. I think personally, because of the materials used, the story about it being a 20-year anniversary of Clot, I think there may be some money in this. I'm trying to cop, and I will be trying to resell that shoe. Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just being honest. Maybe I shouldn't be honest, because that's probably how you get shadow banned from Nike. So, I mean, I'm not getting it on sneakers, and I don't know if there's another way I can cop this shoe, to be fair. But I'm going to try. I'm going to go for it, and let's see what I got. Get me? So, yeah, this is definitely a shot. There's money to be made in this shoe. I think the story's cool. I think the shoe itself is a very good-looking shoe. And I think the fact that it's like a tearaway, it's a bit different. It's interesting. I think Nike have been doing a lot of tearaways, actually. The Heritos was a tearaway as well. But this is a cool shoe. This is a cool shoe. Clot, Fragment. There's a lot of cool brands involved. And it's a dunk. And I know the dunk hype's completely gone now, but it's a very cool shoe. It's a very wearable shoe. What the dunk is, this particular shoe, I don't know how wearable it is. I don't know what that material is saying on a day-to-day wearing. I don't know how easy it will be to clean. I don't know whether sort of your standard sneak supplies, Creps Protects, and Jason Marks, I don't know how they're going to work on silk, or if it is real silk. I don't know, right? But whatever it is, right, I don't know whether it's practical, but it does look really nice. And that being said, yeah, man, it's a shot that I think a lot of people are going to want this shoe. So yeah, we're shotting the shoe. If I get the shoe, I'm going to shot it. I'm going to try to get it for the team in a size 12. And if I get that, check man's eBay, it's going to be there real swiftly. That being said, let's move swiftly on. Talking about swiftly, let's move swiftly on to the last shoe that we'll be looking at. This shoe is actually dropping on the 15th. So you see how we did that, man? We went 13th, 14th, 15th, man. We're real smooth with it, right? You need to keep your eyes on my patterns, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, just enjoy it. Like, on the 15th, you've got the Stussy and Nike Vandal High dropping in the deep royal blue. People, this is Vandal. It's a nostalgic shoe still. Vandals. Shout out to Angie, always Angie. She brought that to my memory, man, when we was having our interview. Yeah, it's a cool shoe, the Vandal. But I don't know if I need a Vandal in hemp. Blue hemp at that. It's a lot, bro. £114.95, so basically £115, probably about $125, $130, dropping, as I said, on the 15th of June 2023. Interesting thing, as you'll probably see in the photos, at the top you've got a black swoosh, number one. At the top they've got like a collar. You know, on the Vandals, it's got a collar. And in some of the photos, that collar is black. And in some of the photos, that collar is like got a pattern. So it's either a reversible collar or they give you an extra collar, which either would work. And both would be pretty cool. So it is what it is. It's more likely that there's two collars that they're giving you. But either way, that's cool. So yeah. I don't really know what more to say about this shoe, man. The shoe is not exciting me. It's not doing it for me whatsoever, man. There's not a lot knocking in terms of new sneaker releases, man, that are really, really pushing the needle and super, super exciting to me. Anyway, so with this particular shoe, even though it's a little bit nostalgic because it's the Vandal, it ain't really doing it for me. I'm not really on a Vandal High at the moment, and because of that, it's a stop that for me. Yeah. Also, yeah, don't get just because it's a stussy, nah, it's not going to do anything in terms of resale. Believe me on that, right? At most, you're talking lunch money. You get me? 15, 10, 15, £5. That's not worth your time. You get me? So yeah, I mean, maybe famous last words, but I ain't really seeing the clamour for this particular shoe. It is what it is. All right, guys, let's move on, because we have come to the end of Cop That, Stop That, and Shot That. Now, let's talk about something that is dropping on Sunday at 6 p.m. and is definitely a certified Cop That. I'm talking about my interview with TucaTek, the latest interview episode of Kicks Chronicles that will be dropping on every platform thinkable on Sunday at 6 p.m. Yes, the podcast platforms, YouTube, everywhere you get podcasts, it will be there at 6 p.m. on Sunday. We chat sneaker history with the guy with the second best beard in sneakers. Let me pull this mic down so you can really see what I'm working with. Because yeah, he may have a longer beard and do plats and tricks and stuff with it. Yeah, but he ain't got this Pepe Le Pew patch coming through the middle. You get me? I mean, man like Pepe, you get me? Never took no for an answer, bro. That's the reason why he don't get replayed now. Pepe Le Pew was a predator. It's the truth. You get me? But we have to hold it down and be real. You get me? And that's what it's giving me. I'm not like that, but that's what it's giving me. Right? So it is what it is, man. And I don't paint this on. This ain't Tipex, bro. This is just real life, man. It happens. He's the bearded villain. I'm an honorary bearded villain now. You get me? All these years, man's been saying beard gang. I didn't realize there was an actual beard gang. And he was part of it. He's one of the captains of this beard gang, the bearded villains, bro. He made me an honorary member on the podcast, bro. No long thing. I think he was just impressed by the velocity of man's beard. You get me? So yeah, real cool. Real cool to have him on. Really cool talking to him about his love for sneakers. So yes, really cool episode. Make sure to go and check that out. Once again, Sunday, 6 p.m. on all digital platforms. Yeah, make sure to go check that out. And yeah, guys, make sure to keep it locked. Kicks Chronicles, man, via social media. You already know what it is, man. PROZECH on all social media. I'm not hard to find. Feel free to reach out via email or in the comments. And guys, until I see you, man, down the road, look after yourselves and stay blessed. Thank you for listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.